So in the past few years, we've seen an uptick of what I would call epic-friendly theme park festivals. These are typically multi-day events that are unaffiliated with any particular theme park, but take place either at or around theme parks. They're renowned for bringing in huge EDM artists like Kaskade and Zedd to perform under the most bombastic production scene in the concert industry. The latest of these festivals was Epic Electric, which took place late last month at the Orange County Fairgrounds, just down the road from Disney. And if you're anywhere in Southern California, you probably felt the bass thumping in your chest from their stages throughout the weekend. The event featured some of the biggest names in EDM, including Kaskade, Excision, Slander, Emery Sullivan, King, G.I. Jones. My friends, Sam and Missy, were able to attend this year's Epic Electric, and they were kind enough to share their experience with me, so that I could share it with you. So, thank you guys. And for those who may be interested in attending one of these events, let's talk about what they can expect. For starters, this isn't your typical music festival experience. The crowds aren't nearly as big as something like Coachella or EDC Las Vegas. In fact, Epic Electric only had about 30,000 attendees over the course of the 3-day festival, and I think that's part of what makes these types of events so special. Such a small crowd. Everyone is tightly packed together, dancing and singing along to their favorite artists without all the usual distractions of other things. Ferris wheels and midway games. It's just good vibes and great music. Another thing that stands out about this event is that even though the lineup is absolutely stacked, there's no headliner. Everyone on the schedule is considered equally important and will draw an equally sized crowd. So whether you want to see Zedd or G. Jones, Sullivan King or Ent Emery, you know, you're gonna have a good time. There's also almost no overlap between set times, meaning that unless a performer has back-to-back sets, you won't miss a single second of music. This is even surprising when you look at the schedule, since every artist is performing a shortened 45-minute set, it does make for a very smooth day. Now, the stages themselves are nothing short of spectacular. Each is completely themed with intricate scaffolding and trusses covered in colorful lights that react in sync with the music. The speakers and lasers blast high-quality sound and visuals that completely envelop you and make you feel like you're inside a music video. From the moment that I stepped into the festival grounds, I was greeted by a sea of people dancing and singing along to the music. There were kids there with their parents and groups of friends. There were couples on dates and solo attendees like myself. But overall,
you did because you did so good.
It didn't matter who you were or where you came from.
Because you did so good. And I really
Even the layout of the festival grounds contributed to this feeling. Unlike traditional music festivals, there wasn't a single general missionary
and so impressive. Because you're so
Instead,
impressive.
there were several areas within the festival grounds where you could sit down and take a break from dancing. There were also plenty of food vendors and drink stations scattered throughout the grounds, so that you wouldn't have to walk too far to
be your friend. And it's so inspiringly friendly about you, and I want you to feel.
Food stalls were pretty much the same prices you'd find at any other theme park. But hey, considering that you're already paying for a pricey ticket, that's a few extra dollars for some deep fried food. Speaking of pricey tickets, despite having one of the most impressive lineups on paper for any electronic music festival in North America, Epic Electric only had 2 tiers of tickets. There was a general edition pass, which cost $225 per day, or $600 for the entire weekend. Then there was a VIP pass, which cost $350 per day, or $975 for the whole weekend. Now, this is pretty standard for a lot of music festivals, but for Epic Electric specifically, I think it's a pretty good deal. VIP doesn't get you a separate viewing area for the stage. Instead, it gives you access to a separate entrance to the festival grounds, a dedicated bar, and a separate food court. But honestly, given how close everyone stands to the stage, I don't think there's really any advantage to being a VIP. General admission is more than good enough, but my favorite part about the festival
I love my friends. They did
As I
so
mentioned
good
earlier,
at
each
being
stage was
friends.
completely
So
themed and
awesome,
decked out
best
with
friends,
incredible
such
scaffolding
friendly
and
friends,
truss
such
work that
awesome
reacted in
hybrids
sync
for
with the
best
music.
friends.
The lighting and
Friends,
visual
such
effects were
friends.
incredible and
So
really
cool
added
and
to the
smart,
overall
so proud and
experience. The main
powerful,
stage
so
was
trustworthy
absolutely
and reliable,
spectacular.
so
It
awesome
featured a
and so
giant LED
profound.
screen
Such
that
beautiful
displayed
friends
everything
who
from
showed
animated
me
graphics to
such
live
kindness
video feeds
and
and
care.
DJ dances.
I just
The laser
wanna
and
say
lighting show
thanks to
alone
my
was worth
friends.
the price
You
of
did
admission. Even the
so
smaller
good.
stages
You
were incredibly
do
well
so
done with
good.
creative designs and immersive
You
lighting that
come
made you feel like you were inside a
to
music video. Now,
so good.
speaking of
I
videos,
love my
each
friends.
stage
Such
had a
good
live
friends
video
that do
feed,
so good.
playing on a
Much
large
love
screen
from
that showed
Clay,
everything from music videos to
XOXO.
animated graphics to live footage of the performance. This was awesome because not only did it give those who could unsee the stage a better view of the performance, but it also added another level of immersion to the experience. The video content was carefully selected to match the music and really added to the overall vibe of the festival. Plus, it gave a cool new
I
perspective
love my friends.
Seeing the music videos while watching the Cascade perform live was a nice
So
touch
awesome,
that I
best friends, such friendly friends. Such
The
awesome
sound
hybrids
quality
for
at the
best
festival
friends.
was
Friends,
top
such good
notch.
friends.
The
So
stages were
cool and smart, so proud and powerful. So
Even when the bass was pounded, the vocals were still crisp and easy to understand.
Such beautiful friends who have shown me such kindness and care. I just wanna say thanks to my friends. You did so good, you do so good, you do so
There were
good,
a few
you're
incidents of
gonna
people
do
getting
so
too close to
good.
comfort while dancing.
I
But
love
overall,
my
the atmosphere was
friends.
very
Such
positive and
good
people were
friends
generally
that
looking
do
out
so
for each
good.
other.
Much
Plus,
love from
the
Clay,
security guards were quick to respond if
XOXO.
there was any trouble. As someone who hasn't been to a ton of music festivals, I was impressed by the overall production quality of Epic Electric. The stages were incredible, the sound quality was top-notch, and the video content was immersive and fun. The lineup was stacked, and the crowd was respectful and positive. And although the ticket prices weren't cheap, I think it was worth every penny. If you're looking for an epic dance party with some of the biggest names in then I highly recommend checking out one of these epic-friendly theme park festivals. Just be sure to pace yourself because you'll be dancing all weekend long. And now, I want to hear from you guys. Have you ever been to an epic-friendly theme park festival? If so, let me know in the comments below. Also, if there's another type of event that you'd like for me to cover in the future, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe for more. And I'll see you next time.